You are now live with Calix Boxing. Sub to Calix Boxing. Hit that sub button above for nightly boxing videos. And shout out to all the new subscribers. Been getting them new subscribers flooding in since I'm back active on YouTube. So shout out to all you guys. That's right. That's right. Let's give it to them one more time. Standing ovation. Thanks for all the subs, and hope I can entertain you guys, and I'll try to mix it up with you guys in the comment section below each night and the day after. Roy Jones, that's the topic tonight. Roy Jones is returning to the ring. Roy, 47-year-old Roy Jones Jr. is fighting a guy with 9. That's right. I said it. Not 1, not 2, not 3. I'm teaching my son how to count right now. So I'm used to this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, not 7, not 8, but 9 straight losses for this guy. I believe his name is Rodney Moore. 9 straight losses in Pensacola, Florida this weekend. I would do a prediction video for this fight, but I'm not going to look up footage. I don't know if I could find footage for a guy with 9 straight losses, but if I could, I would not submit myself to such torture and punishment to watch a guy with 9 straight losses and try to break down a fight he's obviously set up to lose. And Roy's coming off of fighting a guy who was making his pro debut in his last fight. All right, so combined, Roy in his last 2 fights has fought 2 guys in their last combined 10 fights are 0-10. So shout out to Roy doing big things right now. And I jokingly about 4 or 5 years ago on here, back when I was active, I set up a hashtag called Occupy Roy Jones to try to get Roy Jones to retire and get his attention. And we actually did get his attention on Twitter. I really got it going. A lot of people were using it, but obviously it didn't work because he's still fighting. I believe this is his 70th fight. Listening to him talk, he doesn't sound like he's going to give it up anytime soon. And it's really sad, man, when you look at it. This is a guy who, if he would have retired after he won that heavyweight title against Ruiz, he would have went down as one of the GOATs. I mean, one of the all-time greats. All time. And still, it depends on how you rank these things. It's all subjective. Do you discount? Do you completely just forget about the guy's last decade? I don't see how you do that. But his last decade has been horrible. He should have at least hung it up after the Calzaghe fight. When Calzaghe, and that was 8 years ago, when Calzaghe out Roy Jones, when he was standing in front of Roy with his hands down and just joking with Roy. He was just in there just having his time, having his way with Roy. And when that happened, you said, all right, no. Done. It's over. And I believe Roy was 39 at the time. Roy's 47 right now. I'll give Roy this. A lot of these younger cats who are in their prime need to take note on his activity because this is his 8th fight, I believe, in the past two calendar years. So this guy's been active, at least fighting 4 times per year. He's been fighting bums, but he's still at least active in fighting. I believe in 2015, he actually fought twice in 1 month in March of 2015. So he's active at least. But this guy he's fighting 9 straight losses. And that's coming off of a guy he just fought who was coming off of fighting his pro debut against Roy Jones. I'm pretty libertarian on the subject of guys retiring. So if a guy wants to keep fighting, so be it. Who am I to tell a guy to retire? Like I said, the Occupy Roy Jones movement was more of a joking thing. And it was also a fan, being from the South, in Pensacola being my second home. I'm a fan of Roy Jones. Always have been. So you want to see, you hate to see guys you've been a fan of like this. All right, I remember Bill Cosby one time watching the documentary, and he was talking about watching Joe Louis come to the ring, and he was old, and just seeing him being a shell of himself, just walking to the ring, and how sad it was, and how sad it was to watch him get in the ring and get beat up and just come out of the ring, all because he needed money. I don't know what Roy's financial situation is. I don't know. I don't. He made a lot of money. I don't know if he kept it. I don't know if he did well with it, invested it. I'm not sure. But you would think with his name, he'd be able to do other things to make money. You can't imagine that he's making too much money to fight a guy in Pensacola coming off of 9 straight losses. So I just think with Roy, it's a mental thing of him thinking, okay, I can still do this. I can still be a legit guy, an elite fighter. Something is delusional in his head to think I can still do this, because he's not making much money for these fights, you wouldn't think. And he's coming off two fights ago. He was coming off the bad loss to Enzo in Russia. Just not a good look for Roy right now. I hope he gets it together. Hopefully he retires. Like I said, I mean, I'm not one to tell a guy retire. If a guy wants to fight and somebody sanctions it, so be it. I'm not going to watch it though, and hopefully Roy hangs him up. And you never would have thought in the 90s that we'd be at this point where Bernard Hopkins is seen by many people as all-time a better fighter than Roy Jones. You never would have thought you'd see that. And all these years later, all 3 guys are still active fighter. I don't know if Bernard's going to fight again. I don't know if he retired or what's going on with that. Last I heard, he was still trying to do one more fight. Tarver is still fighting or trying to, and Roy's still fighting here. So I don't know. Hopefully the people who show up to that fight get at least something of it. I don't know. But 9 straight losses. Hang him up, Roy. Hang him up. Let me know what y'all think about this. Peace.